Welcome back to the channel. We are here with an Ascended Idunn summoning session. My goal tonight is one Idunn. I just want the floret. That's pretty much it. I'm getting hit by that whale tax. But everything else is like, whatever. I just want one Ascended Idunn. So let's go ahead and jump in and we can start talking about some stuff. Okay, so this banner completely caught me. Oh, no blues. What do I do second? I didn't think about this. What color is Hugh? Is Hugh green? Hugh is red. Okay, let's do a red. Green is Cath. Okay. That caught me off guard. So I just completely have not been playing FEH, if I'm being completely honest. I've been playing like the normal amount, but I haven't been playing like obsessively like I usually do. Lost Ark came out, which is like a Korean MMO. I don't know if you heard of that, but it's been like consuming all my time. That's essentially the second it came out is when I stopped making videos, which is really bad. So I definitely need to get back on that, but it's a very fun game, so I've been just doing that nonstop. And I saw this banner get announced, and I was completely just, I didn't even know a banner was coming up. I was so out of it. But I don't know how I feel about this banner. I feel like if it wasn't for the floret, I would hard skip this banner. I probably should skip it anyway and just try to pick up a Idunn like on a legendary or mythic banner or something, or like a rerun. Honestly, that's probably smarter, especially with the Hero Rises banner coming out, because it did get announced, and that banner is insane. Do you want to do any of these other colors? Not really, right? Nah. It's like not orb efficient though. It's okay, whatever. Let's keep doing blue. So essentially, like the Hero Rises is like almost perfect, right? We have 6 green units, and then we have 1 red and 1 colorless. So as long as we knock out Fallen Edelgard and Legendary Sigurd in the first round, we can have a 4-unit green banner, and the rate would be absolutely insane. Elder V did the math, and I think it's like a 5-star every 25 orbs on average or something like that. It's ridiculous. So I probably should be saving orbs for that. But here I am trying to get a single floret. Anyways, yeah, so I've been playing Lost Ark, and I need to get back into FEH because Summoner Duels S just came out, I think, yesterday or today, and I need to do well on that, right? I need to go practice some more. I haven't practiced on the new map at all, so I need to go do that. And I also need to think of some more teams. I thought of some teams. I was doing some research about a week ago, trying to think of different teams I could do for the 5 different teams, so they'd be like not equally strong, but kind of similar. The biggest problem I'm having is the fact that you can't like copy seals, right? Like if you have the teams all share seals and there's 5 teams, it's like, what do you even do there? Like, ugh. So that's my biggest struggle so far is trying to find the builds that don't use the same seals. Because like every build uses like Blade Session, and then you could use Swift Sparrow, right, to kind of like go down below that, and like, ugh, it's not the best, but I'll figure it out for sure. And luckily, everyone gets the top reward, so even if I do bad somehow, I'll still get the max rewards, which is like 200 infantry flowers, which is absolutely insanely good. Anyway, let's talk about this banner a bit. So this banner, I feel, is like extremely underwhelming, if I'm being honest. We have Cath, Niime on this banner, right? And they both don't have preference weapons. Cath is rocking like a 2018 dagger. It's a good dagger, don't get me wrong, but it is from like 2018. They could have like updated it a bit. They could have put some stats on that thing, like attack and speed 5, and then also the already bearing effect. They didn't do that. So there's that. And then her stat line's good though. She's a very solid stat line, 43 speed, absolutely insane. And then Niime is our first inheritable colorless tome, so that's pretty cool. Actually, I think I kind of want to just do the colorless. I'm going to do colorless this one time and see if I can get her. But to be honest, it's weaker than like any preference colorless tome we have at this point. So no one's going to use this, right? Like there's just no chance. So that's kind of sad. She has like an interesting stat line. She's not super slow actually. She has like a decent like 33-ish speed. It's like the milling speed. So not terrible. But both of them aren't going to like really do anything, right? Like they're kind of just, if they're not your favorite unit, there's no reason to really pick them up, in my opinion. Like their fodder is decent, but not like amazing in any way. And then you have Hugh, and Hugh, he has one of those like, I don't even know what to call it, the Dragonflower weapons. Problem with Dragonflower weapons is like you can't get a 1-of really. Like you need to invest in that unit because you need to put all those Dragonflowers in them to get the effects of their weapon. So it's like, ugh, like what are you going to use them for? Like you really want to use them for arena assault because they really don't do much at all. And even when you do have him maxed out, I just find him like really underwhelming because essentially he's just a ball of stats, right? And ball of stat units eventually get outdated. That's just how it works. So I just don't find him that great. Like he has a good stat line, don't get me wrong. I'm sure he can work on some stuff, but he's just not that impressive to me. So then you think about it, right? Like, well, who is left then? And you have the Ascended Idunn, right? Ascended Idunn is obviously very, very good. She's essentially Dragon Brave Hector, which is one of the best units in the game, so definitely living up to some high standards. I never knew Idunn was this popular though. Like this is her second ult already. She was the last person I was expecting on an FE6 banner, to be honest. I was hoping we could get like a Roy, like a duo Roy. I know that's not a seasonal banner, but still. Because Roy needs some love. He hasn't gotten a new unit since his legendary, and almost all of his units are just not that great. So I was really hoping for some Roy love. We didn't get it. Instead, we got another Idunn, and she's really good, just like her other incarnations. Like Duo Ithunn's good, Base Ithunn's pretty good still, and this one is amazing. When it comes to Brave Hector, I don't think she's better in some ways and worse in some ways, right? And the reason for that is that she doesn't get the auto follow-up. So she gets the penalty negation, which is really, really strong. She gets the -5 to all stats. Like she definitely has a lot of things going for her. She gets the armor effectiveness removed. Massive, super massive, amazing. And then she gets the dragon like adaptive damage. So very, very good, right? But she doesn't get the auto follow-up built into her weapon. And the reason why that's such a big deal is because it opens up Hector's B slot to run different things, right? He gets to run that special fighter, and while a lot of the new fighters are technically... Oh, it's Anna. Why couldn't you have been Idunn? I don't know. I've killed so many Annas. If Edison ever saw me, like, how many Annas I sacked, he'd probably, like, go crazy. I've killed, like, 6, I think, for, like, rallies or for, like, joint drive speed. She's good fodder. Anyway, so the thing is, right, like, it opens up his seal, because with Idunn, if you're running Wily Fighter 3 to get that auto follow-up, or even, like, I don't know, Crafty Fighter or whatever else, which you wouldn't run. You run Wily Fighter for sure. I guess you could run Hardy Fighter also. The thing is right, like, you can't run healing then. You have to run healing in her special slot, so you're running, like, Soul, so she gets a Soul on Retaliation to heal, because you need to run Special Acceleration in her Seal slot. And so you can't run Mystic Boost, which is the way Hector heals, right? And that's actually a massive deal, because it's going to make her less sturdy. Now, if you're running her in a save ball, it's probably fine, because she's not going to be taking on every single fight like Hector does when you just use Hector by himself. So it's probably fine. She's still going to be really, really strong, obviously. But it is something to notice. But in return for that, she does get, like, some major advantages over Hector. Like, she's not weak to Wind Sweep like he is. And she can also hit resistance, which is really big. And she also has armor effectiveness, which is massive. So she definitely has some advantages over Brave Hector. But I still think Brave Hector is... I would put him slightly better still. But, you know, that's kind of up to preference, in my opinion. Also, she has Dragon Weakness, which probably doesn't matter all that often. Like, who's really going to take advantage of that? Like, I doubt Julia can kill this Idunn very easily. But you never know. I guess it's possible. The other thing is that she is... Like, her base kit is not very good, in my opinion. If you want to use her as a far saver, right? Like, if you want to use her as a near saver, she's amazing. She's, like, pretty much already built. You just throw, like, Steady Breath on her and she's done. But I feel like you always want far savers for, like, a lot of the more competitive slots on your team. So, like, in Summoner Duels, you really want far save. You don't really want near save as much. In Ether Raids, you could just throw her in there with a far saver, and then she's pretty good. But I don't know. Like, I still think Hector's pretty, like, better. And I probably wouldn't be summoning for her right now if it wasn't for this floret. If I'm being completely honest. She does look very, very good. And I'm happy that she's, like, based off of the happy ending of FE6. That's amazing. I'm glad, like, they're doing stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I would be a lot happier if she was Roy. Who else? Roy, Lilina, Cecilia, Ascended Cecilia would have been amazing. I would have freaked out. I would have been so happy. But yeah, she's very good. I could see her showing up. Like, I could see Wales using her in summer duels with like a hardy fighter build or something like that. Definitely 100%. It's just like how much you want to invest into her, right? And for me, like, I don't want to invest that much into her. And she has a very solid stat line as well. She has that super boon and res, and she has like 43 defense. So like she's pretty solid, and 43 attacks, super solid. So she's definitely gonna put in some work. I think the funniest thing though is just the fact that Brave Hector is a Gen 2 unit, and they're, you know, these new units are still competing with him. Like, they haven't completely power creeped him yet. So that's amazing. It's a very, very good sign. Our GHB is Gonzalez, and I'm very happy about that. I like Gonzalez in the game. I love that he's like a sweethearted, like, he looks scary, but he's a sweetheart, essentially. And they actually gave him like a pretty interesting stat line. They gave him like 42 attack and 35 speed, so that's like actually super solid. Definitely can use that. His defense and res are a little bit low, and he has a massive HP stat, which is kind of, I guess it depends on, oh my god, it's Nyla. Let's go. That's like one of the best 4 stars we could get. The 4-star special rates. I love Nyla so much. I want to merge her to +10. She's absolutely amazing. I actually was working on a video on her for Summoner Duels, where she just completely destroys everything. It's so good. Plus speed. Oh my gosh, it's the perfect IV. I'm so happy. Oh, that's so good. Well, that's almost worth it by itself. Like, I think I'm more happy about getting Nyla than anything else. I guess we'll just do that. But yeah, so I gave him 50 HP, which is interesting because like HP has actually become more and more valuable over time. Definitely, there's a lot of effects that are based off HP, and if you're not Ether Raids where you get like free, 15 to 20 HP from your mythics, then it's definitely useful. This is not going great. Blue sucks to summon on. I hate blue. I never want to summon on it. But either way, I'm happy he's in the game. I wanted Zeiss or Zeiss. I'm not sure how the correct translation is supposed to be, but I would love to have seen him on this banner. But unfortunately, we just didn't get that. Okay, so let's talk about some other things that are going on in FEH. We do have that Hero Rises coming up, which is a big deal. We also have a leak of the next legendary hero, supposedly. So if you don't want to hear the leak, close your ears for like 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So it looks like we're getting legendary Sheeta, or yeah, Sheeta, right? That's how you say it. Which is cool. I mean, I'm not like a massive FE1 fan, so it's not a big deal for me. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who love her, so that's awesome. And hopefully that means we can get legendary Alencia soon, which is who I want, like desperately bad. That's probably the #1 legendary I want in the game. Like mythics are a different case for sure, though. I would love for Mortis and Athos in the game, absolutely. There's an Obero. I didn't get a chance to talk about Refines. It's been so long that I literally didn't talk about Refines yet. So we got the Refines. They're a pretty interesting batch. I think out of all of them, Jamke got a really good Refine, but I feel like he really needs to stack speed to take advantage of it, and his space speed is like 32 or something. Like, it's not great. So definitely gonna have to invest heavy into him and get that. Lou was like a ball of stats. I wasn't very happy with that one at all. I know it's like not bad, but ball of stats are just never the best weapon to me. Like, you always want some kind of unique effect, which he did not get. Rid got done the dirtiest in my opinion. Rid, like, oh my god, Rid was, he needed so much stuff. There's so many competitive spots for sword caps, right? Like with legendary Sigurd, even Brave Roy or like Elliewood, like, or legendary Erica, and he just did not get what he needed. Like, they like doubled down on his debuff like combat, and I think that was just not enough. So I feel like even on release he wasn't that great in my opinion, and he just didn't get much from his Refine or his remix, so it's kind of unfortunate. I got a lot of corns tonight. And then Camilla actually got a pretty good Refine. I think she's like actually a pretty strong nuke now with the 15% true damage based off her attack. So I think she's pretty solid. I think I have like +1 or +2. I don't know if I'd ever use her, but I'm sure all the Camilla fans are very happy with that one. Legault like got some interesting like speed-based damage reduction and like a cleaner effect, right? Because his base weapon is cleaner. So that's pretty cool. Man, maybe I should have just went for orb efficiency. This is I haven't gotten a single real 5-star yet. I'm about to hit the spark. I don't want my pity. Just do it here, and I'll just grab another one probably. No, it's parry. And then air. So air, her refine is good. It's a very solid refine, but it's not what I would want from air. I wish it was more supportive, and I wish that they didn't take the recoil damage off, because you could do air force, right? So it kind of took away air force. I wish they would have kind of like doubled down on air force, or even just like given her a Tamari dagger. I think that would have been pretty cool, but they definitely did not. We're at 4%. My orbs are all gone. This feels bad. Oh, this is it. And then Winter Ephraim. So Winter Ephraim, I think, got a good refine to an extent. I think they kind of put a lot of limitations on him, right? Like, I feel like they gave him the special cooldown 1, and then he has +4 to all stats to be solo still. Why did they do that? Like, no one wants to be solo nowadays, right? Especially not as an armor unit. You definitely want to have people around you. He does get healing though, which is very, very good. And then he gets more stats, and then if he has more attack than the opponent, and they attack into him. So that's 2 conditions, which are not the best in my opinion, right? Like, I don't know. Like, usually you want to be able to do that whenever you want. So only when the foe initiates and when your attack is higher, and he's an older unit. He does have a good attack stat, but still. My pity's at 4%. I'm just gonna try to grab something. Anyway, he gets the Brave hit, so he can do some crazy stuff with like an Ignis build probably, or like Ignis, I'm pretty sure. You run like Steady Breath, and he could probably blow some things up. So it's definitely a solid refine. I wish they would have been a little less restrictive on the conditions though. Oh my gosh, this was painful. If we get 1 5-star, just break my pity. I really don't want to spend more orbs here though. Might just have to. Okay, I'm completely fine with this. I don't know if I'll ever use her, but she's a 5-star, and she's also 40 infantry flowers, which is cool. So we will take that. We will do the spark on Ascended Idunn, get our floret. I think we'll give that one to Fallen Ike. So all the Ikes will be done for me, and then we can move on to either Hector or Ulm. I might do Brave Ulm because I really want that speed boon on him. Sometimes he comes up a bit short on the speed. Oh, well, that was not the best summoning session, but I guess FEH's a little bit mad at me for taking a break. There she is. She looks really good, though. I love the art. The art looks so good. It's nice to see her with a smile, considering she doesn't really smile in the game. Oh, yeah, Celestial Stone, too, right? Neutral, yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to use her for. Maybe I'll try to build her and then use her in Summoner Duels, or Summoner Duels S. Okay. Cool. So we have 41 orbs. We had like 2 something, now we're at 41. So we might have to wait a little bit for that Hero Rises banner. Actually, that's not even until March. That's like mid-March. Next one's Legendary banner. And we know who that is now, if you didn't catch that. So that's interesting. Well, that's going to be the video. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. Also drop a comment. Tell me if you're going to summon on this banner, if you're going to skip, because the Hero Rises is coming. And there's a chance that might be the best banner we've ever had in Fire Emblem Heroes. Literally ever. So I would recommend saving. I probably shouldn't have spent orbs here. I probably should have just saved. But it's fine. I'll just wail. It's not a big deal. But for the rest of you, especially you free-to-play players, save your orbs. That banner could literally be like an account maker. It could give you an arena core, and it could give you some really powerful units for ether raids. So definitely save your orbs. Okay, I'll catch everyone later for more Fire Emblem Heroes. See you then.